Let everybody join. Then we are going to start our class. Let's wait for 1 or 2 more minutes. By that time, you all take out English language books. We were doing punctuation. We are going to continue with that topic. Children, I give link 5 minutes before the time starts. Okay. So please join the link as soon as possible to avoid wastage of time. We should not avoid time. We should not waste time because we have got only 20 minutes class. So we should not waste time in just adding late. All right. Let everybody join quickly and then we are going to continue with the topic punctuation that we started this week. All of you, open books, topic punctuation. What we had studied till now, we had studied about capital letters and punctuation marks. Where they are used, how they are used. In capital letters, we have studied 10 points where we use capital letters in proper noun, in pronoun I, in the names of the places, buildings, in proper nouns, names of the names of the people also, then names of the week, weekdays, months, days, and so on. Today we are going to continue, we are going to move one topic further and we are going to study about full stop. Where we use full stop. Whenever we talk about Whenever we talk about the word full stop, one thing that comes in our mind is the end of the sentence. Yes, full stop means the sentence is finished. So basically, full stop is used after two types of sentences, means at the end of two types of sentences. What are those two types of sentences? Declarative sentence. We all know what are declarative sentences. Declarative sentences are those sentences which denotes facts, figures, which tells us normal statements. When we were doing types of sentences, then we had studied about different types of sentences, declarative, interrogative, imperative. Yes, you all remember? So, declarative sentences are those sentences which gives the statements, the facts, the figures. They are the general sentences. So we use full stop at the end of declarative sentences. For example, if I say the sun rises in the east, this is a general statement. If I say the birds fly in the sky, what type of statement it is? It is denoting a general fact. Where birds fly in the sky. So it is a declarative sentence. And at the end of the sentence, we are going to put the full stop. Similarly, second type of sentence where we use full stop are imperative sentences. What type of sentences? What type of sentences? Imperative sentences. You all remember imperative also? Imperative sentences are those sentences which shows the command or advice, all right, or request. If I say, please give me your pen. So this is a request. I'm requesting you to give me your pen. If I'm giving you advice, do not move out of the house. It is cold outside. This is advice. Now command. Sit at your place. This is a command. So after all these types of sentences means command, request and advice, we use full stop. So where we use full stop? We use full stop in two types of sentences. Declarative sentence, imperative sentence. Declarative sentences are general statements which shows facts and figures. Example, birds fly in the sky, the sun rises in the The sun rises in the east, the dog barks at night. And imperative sentences are those types of sentences which shows us the request, request, the command, and the order. All right. Example: sit at your place. Do not move outside the class. Please give me your pen. So where these type of sentences end, we use full stop. Now underline what you have to write. A full stop is used at the end of declarative sentence and imperative sentence. Underline this, and one example you have to write. The Golden Temple is a holy place in Amritsar. This example you will write. Clear? Then it is also used after abbreviations. I will meet you at 10 a.m. Abbreviations are small word, the short forms. Means if I write a.m., if I am writing this a.m. or I am writing Mr. or I am writing Mrs. All these are abbreviations, short forms of the words. So AM. Now come on page number 132. You all know what is the full form of AM and PM. The time when we look at the watch, what is the full form of AM and PM? Look at the box which is given on the top of the page, right hand side. Put a tick mark and write there important. AM stands for, same page number 132. AM stands for anti-meridian. When we were doing social studies, I told you the latitudes, the longitudes, how the parallels and meridians, they form grid and location and time is observed. You remember that chapter? Same thing. The time is observed into AM and PM. The line which is at the middle of the earth is the meridian line, prime meridian. So when it is before noon, morning time, it is AM, anti-meridian. And when it is afternoon, then prime meridian, that is post-noon. After 12, we use PM, okay, and before 12, we use AM. So we use full stop in the abbreviations also. This is clear? Full stop where we use declarative sentences, imperative sentences, abbreviations. Let's move forward. Comma. When we use comma, we use comma, put a tick mark there, to separate the words and phrases. Yes, the first thing that comes in our mind when we use comma is when we have more than two items, more than two people to tell, more than two places to write. We separate them using comma. For example, I like chocolate cakes, ice creams, and bananas. So chocolate cakes, comma, ice creams, and bananas. When we write two things, we separate them using and. But when we write more than two things, three or more, we separate them using comma. So put a tick mark there to separate the words and phrases. First example you will write. Then to separate the introductory word or phrase in a sentence, it is also same. After a noun which addresses someone. Yes. After a noun. Noun can be the name of a person, place, animal, thing. If I say, Rita, please sit here. How I am going to write? Rita, Rita. Very good. Rita, comma, please wait here. We use this comma after denoting a noun. Karan, please do not shut the door. So after Karan, we are going to put the comma. Clear? Next, to separate question tag from the rest of the sentence. Assam is a beautiful state, isn't it? So Assam is a beautiful state, comma, isn't it? Because in this sentence, the sentence is separated by the question. Assam is a beautiful state, isn't it? So your answer will be yes, it is. So, what is separating these two sentences? A normal sentence and a question. Which punctuation is separating it? Comma. So, comma is used when we separate a question with a sentence. Alright, next. Between the words spoken by someone and rest of the sentence. Sujata cried, wait for me. The teacher said, I'm proud of my class. The teacher said. After said, you are going to put the comma because you are denoting the whole class and separating it. The teacher said, I'm proud of my class. So after said, we have to use comma. Comma rules are clear where we use comma. Alright, let's move forward quickly. Question mark. Question mark is very easy. We all know when to use question mark. We use question mark at the end of the question. And what type of sentences? Interrogative sentences. Interrogative sentences. Again, you remember, recall when we were doing the type of sentences, we had studied about interrogative sentences also. Interrogative sentences are those types of sentences that tells us a question or that ask a question. So where we put question mark, we put question mark at the end of the question type of sentences. How old are you? This sentence will be end with question mark. Where are you going? Where are you sitting? Have you eaten your food? Yes, at the end of the question sentence. All right. So underline a question mark is used at the end of the question and one example you will write about it. Let's move forward. Exclamation mark. How is exclamation mark looks like? Exclamation mark looks like this. Yes or no? Question mark looks like this. Full stop looks like this. Exclamation mark. Comma looks like this. Yes? Exclamation mark, we all know, is used when there is a sudden feeling, sudden emotion. It can be a happy feeling, it can be a sad feeling. So, exclamation mark shows the sudden reaction related to the any situation, related to any situation. If I say happy feeling, sad feeling, any type of feeling means it shows emotions and feelings. If I say, wow, what a beautiful day, or wow, what a pleasant day it is. So, wow, which word is showing us the feeling? Wow. Alas. Alas is a sad feeling. Alas. We lost the match. Alas. Exactly. Hooray, we won the match. Hooray is a happy feeling. So, after these types of words, yes, there are many examples. After these types of words, which tells us, which denotes a certain feeling, reaction, or emotion, we use exclamation mark. Then comes quotation mark. Quotation mark is used to separate the actual words spoken by a person from rest of the sentence. Underline it and write the example. If I take this example, the teacher said your project should be completed by tomorrow. Quotation, what the teacher said. The teacher said, first you will put the comma because you are separating the sentences. Put the comma, the teacher said, and after it you are going to open the quotation mark and then write what teacher said. Teacher said the project should be completed by tomorrow. This sentence will come in quotation mark because this quotation marks separate the saying of the person from the rest of the sentence. It gives the importance what the person is saying. All right. The teacher said The project should be completed by tomorrow. What is the main part in this sentence? The project should be completed by tomorrow. Yes, so it will be in quotation. Clear? All right. Then last is apostrophe. Apostrophe, very easy. We were doing yesterday also. Apostrophe shows us what? It shows us possession. When I say, yes, yesterday when we were correcting we were doing the exercise and there was the word Shakespeare's play, you remember? Shakespeare's play means whose possession it was showing. Play was the possession of Shakespeare. So we use apostrophe. Underline. Apostrophe is used to show possession, to show missing letters and words. And one more correction we did. What was the word? Something did this we did yesterday. Won't. Which letter is yes? And one more word let me make. Don't. It is showing the missing word. Do not. So apostrophe shows two types of things. First, it shows the possession. Martha's home. Very good example you gave. Martha's home. Apostrophe S. It is showing the possession of Martha, and it is used to denote the missing letters like won't, don't, isn't. Okay, so these are the different types of punctuation marks which we used in English sentences to make our reading more effective, more easy, more clear. Let's revise quickly whatever we had done till now. Punctuation marks. First, we use capital letters. Then, we use full stop. In full stop, there are two types of sentences: declarative, imperative. Declarative sentences are those sentences which gives us the general statements, the facts and figures. We end the sentence with full stop. Similarly, at the end of imperative sentences also. Imperative sentences shows us the command, the request and advice. At the end of imperative sentences, we put the full stop. Then comes the comma. Where comma is used to separate the words and the phrases. If we denote more than two words or more than two objects, more than two places, more than two people name, we separate them with commas. Then question mark. Question mark we know is used at the end of the interrogative sentences. Interrogative sentences are question type sentences. Then comes quotation mark. Quotation mark is used to separate the main part of the sentence from rest of the sentence. The teacher said the project should be completed by tomorrow. Main sentence, the project should be completed by tomorrow. This will come in quotation mark. The teacher said, separate. Yes, and use comma also in this sentence because it is differentiating two sentences. So the teacher said, comma, inverted comma on, open, project should be completed tomorrow, inverted comma, close. Clear? Then comes apostrophe. Apostrophe, as we know, are used at two places. First, when we show possession, and second, when we use to denote the missing letters. Clear to everybody? Punctuation chapter nicely clear to everybody? Alright. So have you underlined the sentences and the examples that you have to write in your fair copies? This is your today's work. Yes. From full stop you have to start, full stop, comma, quotation, apostrophe, exclamation mark, question mark. About this you have to write the sentences, underline the sentences means their definition and write one example each. Clear? Exercise is left. That exercise we are going to continue in the next English period. This is your today's work. You have to write the definition, write the example, and go through from the book again that I have taught you. The portion that I have taught you right now, revise it again. All right? Okay, now we are going to meet for the next class, that is maths class. Thank you.